Alright, so here we go. This is match number 2 in this best of 3 series in the PMS H2O Gold Platinum Weekly number 13. I am H2O Peanut, joined here by H2O Basilisk, and we'll be casting this game 2 between KloxLord and OctanePro, with KloxLord up 1-0 after a win on Shattered Temple.
Alright, and here we go with KloxLord, the blue Protoss, spawning in the, I guess we'll call this the 2 o'clock position, the east position here on MLG dual site, while OctanePro, our red Terran, is spawning over on the left-hand side of dual site.
So very cool looking map. We do have the 2 different tile sets, the left side being the jungle tile set, and through the middle you see the quick change over to the fiery brimstone hellish-like tile set. Not really sure what that tile set is called, but it is really cool. You have all these little fire pits and volcanoes all over the place, and if you look, you can't really see it as much with the Nexus, but when there's a command center there, you can see there's fire coming up next to the building, and actually the command center looks like it's on fire, so it's actually pretty cool if you have the ultra graphics on. So
yeah, I believe that's actually the Diablo tile set.
is that what it's called? Okay.
Yeah, for the right-hand side, and it's even appropriate because they have the red Xel'Naga tower on that side, while the blue Xel'Naga tower is on the jungle side.
Interesting why they wouldn't choose a green Xel'Naga tower, but okay.
I don't know. Yeah, tribute to the Matrix, red and blue pill, I suppose.
Yeah, maybe.
And it looks like the SCV and probe scouts are just going to miss each other, as that OctanePro checking that 3rd expansion for any proxies, but he's going to go with his traditional build. Looks like a 12 racks, 13 gas.
Actually, it looks like OctanePro is just not sure where the spawns are in this map.
Oh no.
Looks like he is scouting the... he is scouting the 2 different 3rd bases, and yet now he does realize where the base would be, so apologies to Octane. You know, like I said, sometimes players are just not aware with certain maps, you know, the non-ladder maps, how they're being played. But OctanePro actually opening with the 2 racks here.
Yep.
Tech Lab is down, and the Cybernetics core now just coming midway for KloxLord. Gonna chrono out that Zealot again. And yeah, I mean, pretty good build here from Octane. He actually is unfortunately supply blocked. Will not be able to get that Marauder out, but this probe will be able to move up and spot this Tech Lab and the 2nd barrack, so he will know what is coming up, and should be, seeing concussive shells starting right now. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, nice surround on that
all of
probe.
his SCVs to kill that probe. He just did not want that probe to survive, and he did what he could. Unfortunately, the probe has already seen what he needs to see, and sees the 2 racks with the 1 Tech Lab, a couple of Marauders coming out, and Marines, and would not be surprised to see Octane pull a couple of SCVs to go with him, and maybe throw down a forward bunker.
Yeah, and if I'm curious now that he sees, okay, there is going to be variation in Klox's build. Previously, we'd seen a 2-gate expand with the Warp Gate tech, but seeing that 2 racks play, it looks like he's opting for a 3rd gateway before Nexus.
Yep. And it does look like,
which I think is going to be a wise decision.
Yeah, it looked like KloxLord did want to throw that pylon down on the low ground, but deciding to instead throw it on the high ground because he does know that this push could be coming anytime now. And a 3rd rack's going down as well for Octane, so we should be seeing him push out with this Marine Marauder, this last Marine and Marauder that comes out. Probably see him start pushing out, but yeah, I mean, and he has a pretty good composition compared to KloxLord right now, with only 2 Zealots and 1 Stalker. With this nice amount of Marauders, he does have the concussive shells, which will slow those units so they cannot micro back. And Octane looks like KloxLord going to start pushing up the ramp, and
he's
the
going to
Marauders
chase.
are going to catch it, and he will catch it, and able to hit it one more time with his concussive shells and kill it out. And now KloxLord is in a little bit of a bind here. But
He
no,
has to retreat. He has to
Octane
retreat.
does not push forward, surprisingly. And choosing to go with combat shields rather than stim pack, I guess, you know, it is a much quicker build, so he will be able to have that combat shield upgrade by the time he gets down to the base of KloxLord. Third rack's going down, a couple more Marines and Marauders coming out. And
this is a key timing right here with this Nexus coming out.
yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of Marines and Marauders moving out now. Going to make their way towards the base. There are 5 Zealots and 2 Stalkers, but one scan goes down. He sees that army, and he will decide to... Looks like he'll decide to retreat. And a 4th gateway going down.
Yep, we do have the 4th gate. The 2nd gas being taken at the main.
Yep, looks like canceling that bunker at the top and throwing down a factory instead.
I think we're going to see some MM&M play right now.
M&M?
Yeah.
I like M&M.
I like the peanut, not the peanut butter M&Ms.
Ooh, yeah. So basically
really
they're
good.
Reese's Pieces.
Yes, with M's on them though.
Oh, instead of R's.
Yeah, yeah. But factory going down, probably going to lead way to that starport tech. Ooh, a little pop capped for OctanePro as he does call down those extra supplies.
I just find it interesting that, you know, M&Ms would decide to make Reese's peanut butter M&Ms, even though M&Ms and Reese's are the same company. You know, they're both owned by M&M Mars, so it's funny, but you know.
That is interesting that you point that out.
I believe. Oh no, I'm sorry. Reese's is owned by Hershey's. My mistake.
I was gonna say I was gonna take your word for it. I thought Reese's was owned by Hershey's, but I wasn't confident enough to debate you on that.
Yeah, no, I was mistaken, and I just realized that I should have realized that because I went to Hershey World, you know, this past summer, and I was saying to myself, yeah, I was at Hershey World. I saw the Reese's, but then I realized it's not M&M World, dummy.
Alright, and it looks like we do have the, I can't tell, is this a missile turret going down at the base of the ramp, the Terran, and, ooh, wait a minute. We do have a factory with a reactor producing Hellions.
Yeah, those Hellions will be pretty good against Zealots.
Zealots are light.
Yeah, Zealots are light, and as are Sentries, so Hellions do pretty well against them. You know, they work really well if you have Blue Flame Hellions behind your Marine ball, because the Zealots will charge in, and the Hellions will be able to just deal a lot of damage to them. And they also work really well with kiting, you know, kiting the Zealots as well, because they are extremely fast. But looks like the units of Octane will be moving out right now.
Yep.
Army supply 34 to 45 in favor of the Terran player. And the worker supply again in favor of KloxLord by 42 to 28, so that's a really big deficit there. 16
Wow.
up to 14 rather.
Yeah.
But
And mules are good as the income is not too far apart, but 300 is far enough, and mules are not good enough to make up a 12 worker deficit.
nope. It does look like the units are moving up. The left side scan goes down, and no blue flame from these Hellions, so they only do regular damage to these light units, but the engage goes down, Stim goes down, force field.
Oh,
nice
force field.
Splitting up the units.
But the Zealots go down so quickly.
Yeah, the Zealots go down really quickly with those Hellions, and now these units are going to push forward. Unfortunately, the force field is cutting this whole army in half, and luckily for Octane, he's able to escape with half of his army rather than none of it. But a really good job by KloxLord holding that off, throwing down those clutch force fields. But he still has a bunch of force fields left. I believe he has 4 or 5 more force fields left to use.
Oop, one sentry's going to get picked off.
Well, luckily that was a very low energy sentry.
Oh, but the last Hellion does go down. And looks like KloxLord's going to give chase.
No more force fields left, only one more about to come out. And these Stalkers are going to chase down these units, and they're going to be able to catch up and probably kill out all of them.
Yeah, no scoot and shoot micro for OctanePro.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, but here comes
big
some
army gets
reinforcements.
snatched up. And going to be stimming and chasing down these units. Hellion going to go through and might be able to send out some sentry. Nope, not going to be able to.
2 more Stalkers go down. And uh-oh, yeah, these sentries are very vulnerable in the back.
Yeah, they're all
Oh,
lined
line
up.
him up.
Oh,
He's
my
lining
goodness.
him up. Low health on 1, 2, 3. Three of those sentries.
Yeah, those sentries, well, below 15 on 2 of them.
Yeah.
But looking like no command center down yet for the Terran player. Looks like he is preparing to put it down very soon. Just waiting for that 400 to pop.
Ooh, and an important upgrade charge just finished for the Zealots, so that concussive shell is not going to be as beneficial against those Zealots anymore, because they do finish their charge and at least get one hit off.
Yes, they do.
Taking a look at the tech paths, Robo Bay going down, as well as another 4. No, that is the first forge. So we're going to start to see some +1 upgrades being churned out. First one our Protoss player is going to opt for is the +1 attack upgrades. And, oh, missed the starport as medevacs are starting to get churned out now.
Yep, Medevac's going to be very helpful with these stim units. You're going to be able to heal them up without a problem.
And we do have the all-important Ghost Academy just finishing up for OctanePro.
Okay, very nice. So he's going to want to start researching that Mobius reactor so that he can get that extra 25 energy for ghosts, allowing them to EMP as soon as they are produced. And we should be seeing that go down very shortly. Actually, nope. Deciding to go with 2 ghosts before that reactor. And yeah, so interesting choice there.
Yeah, unfortunately I'm not sure right now how much snipe is going to be able to do, because the only units he can snipe, I believe, are the Zealots. And the probes, true. But no...
Oh, actually, no, you can't even snipe the probes.
Are they
not
mechanical?
Biological. Yep.
Yeah. So just the Zealots, no indication of a High Templar just yet, so yeah. We do see both players moving out towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, there are a lot of Zealots here. There are about 20 Zealots for the Protoss player, and still a lot of Sentry as well, and a nice amount of Stalkers. But both players kind of just bouncing around. Army supply greatly in favor of KloxLord, 84 to 63,
Wow.
68 now, and the workers 62 to 29, and not even having a second base yet. The Terran player actually flying that base over to the gold. And he doesn't even have any mules ready, but looks like he realizes he's so far behind, he needs to get to that gold and do the best he can before. Interesting that he's actually deciding to take the Protoss's gold. I don't even know whose gold that would be, to be honest. Both golds
I'm
are
not
very,
quite sure how you would split the map here.
I guess you would split it by color, and the Diablo tile set gold is over here.
We do have a drop going down, but uh-oh, are any of these medevacs going to get picked off?
Oh, actually,
no,
a pretty
all the
big
Stalkers
drop,
are-
triple drop, a lot of Marines and Marauders being warped in. One Marine still actually stuck in the medevac, 2 Marines actually, and we'll be loading them back up and running out of there. A couple Marines not making the cut. They're going to decide to die, and SCV is being transferred over to the gold, and we look at the income for OctanePro is just taking off now. He's back up pretty even. He has half as many workers, but his income is only 200, maybe 300 below. And
It's the power of mules.
there's
And the
not even any
gold.
mules. It's just the gold. But right now he does have his orbital command up, so he will be producing a couple of mules over there, and you should see his income boost up pretty high.
Ooh, but it looks like the third just kicked in for the Protoss player.
Yeah, his income is booming right now, 1,000
Yeah.
more than the Terran.
And no amount of mules can make up for that.
Oh, we actually do have a beautiful nuke in production.
Oh, could we see a nuke this game? That would be awesome.
I mean, I don't even care if the nuke wins him the game. I just want to see a nuke. Even if
that
he
would
just
be
nukes his own army, I don't mind. But it does look like
that I might mind.
KloxLord is moving forward. This is a really huge army, and actually deciding to move back.
Well, we're going to see that one Zealot poke front just to see what he's up against. But I think we're going to need to see a defensive nuke here. OctanePro expects to hold this as he is at an 80 food deficit right now. KloxLord nearly maxed at 190, 200. He's maxed. It's pushing time.
Yeah, I mean, we do see these units moving forward. He's going to place the nuke.
There's the nuke.
And the nuke is going to go down right on the top of KloxLord's army. He does not, he may not be able to see that thing. And it looks like the nuke is not.
Can he cancel it?
Not gonna land. He can't cancel it, but he's going to move his units
Oh,
out. And that
he gets one Zealot.
only able to take out one Zealot, but now with that nuke out of the picture, these units of KloxLord are going to move in and take out everything that the current player has. Tons of force here slowing down. Medevacs, though, picking up these units. There aren't that many stalkers, so the medevacs are doing pretty well, but there is the GG from OctanePro, and it looks like KloxLord will win this tournament, and within 1 hour of coaching from H2O High Fire, our pro-level Protoss player.
Yeah.
And there is a split